In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the most common questions asked by buyers and sellers regarding the inspection period when they're purchasing or selling a home. Let's watch this video. Hello everybody, this is Maria la Realtor. So we're going to start straight with the point of what are the most common questions when people get under contract, buyers and sellers ask regarding the inspection. So they normally ask, how long does the buyer has to do the inspection after they have an executed contract? Well, it all depends on how long did you put in the contract. So the realtor representing the buyer probably suggests an inspection period time. If you leave it in blank, per contract is 15 days, but you can change it. You can put 8 days, 10 days, depending on how competitive you want to be with the offer. If it's a house that you know that it won't last too long, so you want to be very, submit a juicy offer to the seller. So you probably want to put less days on the inspection period. However, lately, due to all the refinances that people is going through, the request wind mitigations and the inspector here in Florida are very busy. So don't take a risk of putting 2 or 3 days and ended up, having no inspection whatsoever, or an inspection after the inspection period that is no protecting your pocket or your escrow money as the buyer. So be safe, do 8 to 15 days. And the seller has the option to accept it or counter offer for less time. Another question that they ask is, what type of inspection can the buyer do on the house that they're buying? So obviously you will have to do a regular house inspection. Well, they inspect everything that is in the house, everything that is working properly and is not working. It will be in that report. And also wind mitigation is another inspection that it's not mandatory, but the insurance company will request that to see if they can give you a discount on the insurance policy. And also the 4 points inspection. That is for older houses that they can check the roof, electrical, plumbing, and AC unit. So those are the most common inspections done on the houses when you're buying or selling a house. Can you do an inspection on a new construction home? And the answer is yes, you should. What happened with the new construction is nobody has lived in the home, so nobody knows really the condition of the home. You don't know if there is an issue with the plumbing or electrical, AC, the roof. However, a lot of the people don't do an inspection because the new construction comes with warranties. You have 30 days warranty, 2 years, and 10 years. So if after you move to the house, you find something wrong with the house, you have the warranty that can be fix the problem, repair or replace whatever it needs to be done. So that's why people don't do it. But I recommend you to do it because in that way you are sure that everything in the house is working properly. Now the builder has to approve the inspector to go to the house and do the inspection on the house. What should you look as the buyer in that report? If it's a resale, there's going to be a lot of cosmetics items specified in the report. Depending on the size of the home, you're probably going to have a 40 to 100 pages of inspection report. Remember, the job of the inspector is to find everything that is wrong with the house, pretty much. So what I recommend to my buyers is to look up to 5 items that are very important to be or to have in the house working properly, which are the AC, water heater, roof, electrical, and plumbing. If any of these 5 items are not working or missing from the house, then I will probably have the buyer requesting the seller to fix or repair. But everything else is up to the description of the buyer, whether you like the house or no, but these are the 5 items that they should be working properly in the house. Now remember, normally 90% or 95% of the houses or contracts over here are going to be as is, meaning that the seller is selling the house as is. He doesn't want to do any repair. Maybe he doesn't have the money to do the repairs, and that's why he's selling the house. So it's up to the seller whether he does or if he doesn't decide to do any repair or replace to the house. And it's up to you, the buyer, whether you stay in the contract or walk out of the contract. If you are within the inspection period, after the inspection report, you say, hey, you know what? I don't like the house. It has too much problems. I want to walk away. I want to cancel the contract and move forward. Then if you will get your escrow deposit back. But if you pass that inspection period and you didn't say anything, or after the inspection period you regret and you want to cancel the contract, you are putting at risk your escrow deposit. So you have to be careful with the time frame that you have for your inspection period. How much does it cost? I will say probably between $350 and up. It can be up to $1,500 depending on the size of the house, the location, and what type of inspections you request. If you want all of them, obviously it's going to be more, and if it's more square footage, it's going to be more money. But I would say it's starting at $350 and up. What happens if the inspection period expires? Well, if you're working with a great realtor, that inspection period should not expire, because let's say that you have 8 days of inspection period and it's 5 days and you haven't found an inspector to go to the house. The realtor should request an extension to the inspection period. Obviously, it's up to the seller to accept it, but if you explain the situation, especially lately, the inspectors are very busy, they probably understand and they just sign the extension to the inspection period. But if the inspection period expires, then you're putting at risk your escrow deposit. You might lose it, unless that you get a denial letter from the lender saying that you don't qualify for the loan, because then you will be within your financial period. Can the buyers be present during the inspection? Yes, the buyers can be present. However, my recommendation is, if the inspection is at 10 a.m., don't show up until 10:45 or 11. Give enough time to the inspector to do the job, because if you're after them asking questions, they might get distracted because you're talking to them and you might not get an accurate result or inspection report, or they might miss something. So give them the time to start with the inspection, maybe go 45 minutes, 50 minutes after the appointment. At the end, normally the inspector will give you a resume of what is the most, worst, or something that is really bad with the house. They will tell you what is it then. Then it takes about 24 to 48 hours for the buyers to get the reports. Who gets the report? Because it's a service that the buyer paid, then the buyer is the one that gets the report. Now, if the buyer is requesting to the seller to fix anything in the house, repair or replace, so the buyer should share the report with the seller so the seller can see what is wrong with the house. Now, take in consideration, if you as the buyer don't want to share the report with the seller, then the seller might say, I'm not going to repair anything because I don't know if whatever you're telling me is truth or not. Can the buyers ask the seller to repair or replace anything after the inspection report? And the answer is yes. You can ask wherever you want. Everything in real estate is negotiable, so you can ask anything that you want. Now, there is no guarantees that the seller is going to repair or replace anything that you want. And at that point, you have to decide as the buyer whether you want to stay in the contract or cancel the contract and move forward. The seller has the choice to say, yes, I will do the repairs so we can move forward, or they can say, no, I don't want to do any repairs. Or they might say, I will give the buyer a credit of this amount of dollars. If they take it, good, we move forward. If they don't, then we cancel the contract. And if you are within the inspection period, the buyer is the one that received the escrow deposit back. So that is all what I have for you today. Those are the most common questions buyers and sellers ask regarding the inspection in the contract for us is in Florida. If you want more information about contracts, that is our information. You can contact us, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, where we do videos every week and share information about Kissimmee, Florida real estate. I'll see you all next week.